Good morning to you. I'm Trevor Scott, and today we are road tripping to Fredericksburg to celebrate the holiday season in the heart of Hill Country. Less than 2 hours from Austin, this charming Texas town really sparkles this time of year, from food and wine to entertainment and shopping, heritage and history. And top it off with so many festive events. There are more than enough reasons to visit Fredericksburg. Today, we're excited to highlight all of the holiday fun to have here, thanks in part to Hill Country Memorial. So, let's get started, shall we? Our road trip in Fredericksburg starts right now. This segment is sponsored by Fredericksburg Convention and Visitors Bureau.
Start your trip in Fredericksburg with the Visitor Information Center, just a block off Main Street at 302 East Austin. We have over 100 parking spots that are free for your use, as well as a Visitor Information Center that are staffed with friendly locals that are ready to help you make the most of your trip, right here in downtown Fredericksburg. And you can't miss our great Love FBGTX sign right outside. Fredericksburg's consistently ranked as one of the country's top cool small towns to visit, full of unique places to stay, an authentic culinary scene, and award-winning shopping and wine. The small town feel that allows you to relax and unwind, but there's so much to see and do. With over 1,500 guest homes, along with dozens of hotels and motels, downtown lofts, country cabins, modern homes, and more. In all shapes, sizes, styles, and price ranges, there's something for everyone. Fredericksburg's authentic German food highlights its culinary scene, but there are also lots of great spots serving up Texas Hill Country region's own cuisine, which brings together local ingredients and award-winning Texas wine. The town also features Tex-Mex, barbecue, and lots of brewery options. And don't forget about Texas Wine Country as part of your culinary adventure. The area's more than 50 wineries and tasting rooms offer up award-winning Lone Star State varietals, as well as wines from around the world. Book a tour and leave the driving and planning to someone else. One of Fredericksburg's more than 20 wine tour companies will provide a full day of fun. Routinely ranked as one of the top small towns for shopping, Fredericksburg's more than 150 unique shops and boutiques feature everything from clothing to home decor to specialty foods and handmade jewelry and antiques. Plus, there are lots of locally made products that can only be found in Fredericksburg. So visit midweek for the best pick of restaurants, accommodation, wineries, and more, and start planning at visitfredericksburgtx.com.
Well, it is no secret that we love Fredericksburg really any time of the year, but you absolutely have to visit during the Christmas season. In fact, I think it's required for anybody living in Central Texas or anywhere really. It's so magical. Amanda Kuhn, Director of Communications for the Fredericksburg Convention and Visitors Bureau, is here with your Holiday Hill Country Guide. Great to see you, Amanda. Thanks for having us. Tis the season. We're back.
Tis the season.
We love it, and it is the best season. Like I said, it's lovely here all times. So there is so much to do here. You are the perfect person to kind of give us a guide. There is really so much happening for the holiday season. Give us a rundown.
Yes, well, it's Weihnachtenzeit here.
Weihnachtenzeit.
Yes, here in Fredericksburg, which is Christmas time. So there's something to do all the time. Shopping every day and lights every night.
That is the best, especially because you can come have a great visit, you can have great food, see this charming town, but at the same time, knock out a good chunk of your Christmas list because there are so many stores and shops and boutiques and art galleries, right?
Yes, so many custom, locally made goods. It's really Santa's little secret shopping adventure.
Yeah, that's great. And one of the highlights, I think, is being able to go to the Marktplatz. It is such a cool, creative, really festive area, and that's just another thing to highlight.
Yes, so every night, with the exception of 2 special evenings when we have other events occurring, we have a great nightly lighting countdown, and the Marktplatz is illuminated with thousands and thousands of Christmas lights.
That is so much fun. That countdown really adds to the anticipation of the season for sure. And you can actually even ice skate here, can't you?
Yes,
so
you
cool.
can. Yes, so right at Marktplatz, which is really the center of all of the festivities, you can go ice skating, and your passes are good for all day. So you can come and go, shop, ice skate some more.
Excellent. And with so much to do, this really is kind of the perfect getaway for a full weekend. Can you tell us a little bit more about places to stay?
Yes, so actually my local tip is to come midweek. So Texans, we're all conditioned to come here on the weekend, and it's festive and fabulous, but if you want to really knock out some shopping, come midweek, go to visitfredericksburgtx.com, and you can search through the 1,500 guest houses Airbnbs, rentals, and the hotels and motels to find a perfect place for your stay.
That is great. You heard it right here, friends. A pro tip: come midweek. Really, anytime is great to visit, but that's a really good idea. Remind us one more time where we can go to plan our whole trip and kind of see the whole rundown of the holiday events that you have planned.
So we have all of the events along with accommodations and all the local tips you need to know at visitfredericksburgtx.com.
And coming up on Road Trip in Fredericksburg, Holiday Edition, honoring all who served and supported the war effort in the Pacific. This world-class museum is right here in the heart of Fredericksburg, and it has a rich history and a bright future. We're going to show you all there is to explore at the National Museum of the Pacific War, and that's after this quick break. We'll be right back. This segment is sponsored by National Museum of the Pacific War. Welcome back to Road Trip in Fredericksburg, Holiday Edition. Immerse yourself in history, from a vast collection of artifacts to the personal stories of real people who lived and died during World War II. The National Museum of the Pacific War teaches about the past to impact the present and inspire the future.
So our museum, the National Museum of the Pacific War, is located here in Fredericksburg, Texas. Why so far away from the Pacific Ocean? Visitors ask that all the time. Well, this is the hometown of Fleet Admiral Chester Nimitz. He was a significant leader during World War II in the Pacific, and that's why the museum is here in Fredericksburg. So the mission of the National Museum of the Pacific War is to help connect people to the stories of the war. And we work every day, our entire staff does, to make meaningful connections, to help visitors understand the history of the war and why those lessons that we might learn are still relevant today. As you come to the museum, what you can expect to see is a whole array of artifacts and exhibits. One of the key artifacts that we have here is the HA-19. It's a midget submarine that the Japanese actually used in the initial attack on Pearl Harbor. Among the many, many very personal items that are presented in the museum, we have what we call the POW flag. What it is a flag made by literal POWs, men held in a camp by the Japanese. Of all of our artifacts, that is the one that touches most of our hearts. So in addition to the very large artifacts that we have here in the museum, we have thousands of small, meaningful, personal items that have been donated to us by family members of those who served. We have an education program that's exceptional. Every Saturday we have a very special program we call Outposts. It's a slice of life into what troops would have experienced firsthand. We have costume staff who are presenting themselves as if they were right there in the moment during the war. We also are so pleased to reintroduce Pride in the Pacific. These are our living history programs. You might drop in, you'll see a flamethrower or stories about artillery. You'll see the Higgins boat in action. It was one of our troop transport devices. You'll see so much here when you come by on Saturdays. We really hope to welcome you here soon. Please check our online schedule, our calendar of events at pacificwarmuseum.org. We look forward to seeing you then.
Well, as you can see, the National Museum of the Pacific War is educational, engaging, and entertaining for all generations. Keena Stiles and Reagan Grau are here with me this morning to share more about the family-friendly events at the museum. Good morning to you both. Thanks for having me.
Good morning.
Howdy. Thank you for
I say
us.
having me because we're in Fredericksburg visiting you today, and we love that. This is one of the best times of the year to visit, but really the museum offers programming all year long, including the annual Pearl Harbor programming that's coming up, which is very special.
Absolutely. We're very excited to welcome everybody back to the museum for an in-person program.
Me too.
But for the first time ever, we are adding educational components. So we will present the history of the attack on Pearl Harbor, and then we will also talk about the aftermath, and we will accompany it with photos and videos, archives, oral histories to really immerse you in the history. And it will be at 11:55 which is the time the first bomb hit in Pearl Harbor. And we will do about 30 minutes of a program, and it will occur in the Admiral Nimitz Ballroom.
Very cool. It's going to be great for people to get a good perspective of that very important and history-making event, and I love the way that you make that interactive and educational for everyone. Family-friendly is really a great way to put that at the museum. In fact, right now, Reagan, you have a children's exhibit that's under construction that I think the entire family is going to love.
We've got a new children's gallery, the title of which is Growing Up with War, Childhood on the Home Front. And within that gallery, it's about 800 square feet, and it's going to be located inside the George H.W. Bush Gallery. And within that gallery, we've got three venues, if you will. One of them is set on a cotton farm in Texas. Wow. One of them is set in a neighborhood in South Chicago. And the other is set in an internment camp for Japanese Americans at Heart Mountain, Wyoming. And within each of the settings, there's plenty of hands-on interactives and digital interactives, and the idea is to immerse visitors into that setting to give them a sense of what it was like to be a child on the home front in the United States during World War II.
Goodness. That is fascinating, and what a very cool perspective, and you know, a great opportunity for kids to learn a little bit more about this really important event. Very, very neat that that's happening. When did you say that was going to be available?
That's going to open in February, so make plans to come back during spring break.
Yeah, you've got a lot of reasons, including an updated Pacific War battle reenactment program, right, Keena?
Absolutely. Speaking of spring break, we're going to be debuting our first Pacific Valor. We will have 8 battle programs this year in 2023. 4 of them will be Pacific Valor, which was previously Pride in the Pacific, but this time we're going to highlight actual heroes in the Pacific Theater.
Oh, wow.
And the Medal of Honor recipients will be reenacted on the battlefield, and I can't tell you quite who they are yet because we don't want to give away
No
too
spoilers,
much.
yeah.
No spoilers, but the conduct that earned them that award was in Okinawa and Iwo Jima.
Oh, wow, very cool.
Yeah, and the other 4 battle programs are going to be called campaign briefings, and this is a deep dive into actual campaigns in the Pacific Theater, and we will tell you all the history of that campaign and then follow it up with a short battle program.
That is great. We look forward to those, and your outpost programs have been a huge hit, and we can expect more of those.
Absolutely. We're going to have 22 of them in 2023. This year we had 8 topics. Next year we're going to have 12. And the new topics include CBs, war correspondence, which you might like.
Yeah.
We will also have Hurry Up and Wait, which is going to explore that time between the battles. And then finally we're going to really dive into the life of a Japanese soldier.
Oh, that is incredible. The mission of the museum to keep these stories being told and bring history to life is so important, and you all really have a lot of reasons to come out to visit the National Museum of the Pacific War. We're going to put some information on the screen right now about how you can plan your trip. You've got that children's exhibit to look forward to, the new Pacific Valor programs, the outpost programs, so much to celebrate and learn about at the museum. Thank you both for joining me this morning.
Thank
You're welcome.
you. We're
Thank
so
y'all for
happy to be
having
here.
us.
Thanks so much. And there's still so much more to come on Road Trip in Fredericksburg Holiday Edition. Since 1984, they have been the sole U.S. manufacturer of this unique European-style liquid center chocolate filled with liquors, liqueurs, wines, coffees, even fruit nectars. Need we say more? We're going to do some taste testing after the break. This segment is sponsored by Quintessential Chocolates. Welcome back to Road Trip in Fredericksburg Holiday Edition, specializing in the centuries-old art form of casting liqueur pralinée. Quintessential Chocolates combines European tradition with American taste right here in Fredericksburg. Plus, they hand-make specialty confections like truffles, creams, silk fudges, caramels, and more. Trust me, you're going to want one of everything.
I was an intern architect in Nashville, Tennessee. I had a client who knew I dabbled in chocolate after hours, and he approached me to do some custom pieces for corporate gifts. He asked me if I had ever made a liquid center, and I said, I can find out. And I approached the company that I worked with, Lindt. Their master chocolatier trained me to do the liquid centers. Our company name is Quintessential Chocolates. It means the purest essence of any one thing. We are the only chocolatier in the country to produce liquid center chocolates. This is a European method. It's over 200-year-old process that encapsulates the liquid into a zucker crust or sugar shell, and then we pick up that capsule and load it on the chocolate line. That zucker crust captures the essence, the volatiles of the liquor, so it cannot oxidize, evaporate, or migrate through the wall of that zucker crust or sugar shell. So all of the volatiles are trapped, and you have enough oxygen in the roof of your mouth just from speaking to burn off that alcohol, so it feels like you've had a shot. We produce over 35 flavors all the time, every day of the year. We also produce specialty confections, that is truffles, colettes, noisettes, nut clusters, barks, a variety of confections. We do them in the European method so that they are as pure and original as can be. We don't use a lot of artificial flavorings, and we keep it as simple as possible. Our website is liquidchocolates.com. We're located at 251 West Main, 1 block west of Market Plots.
And what sweeter way to celebrate the holiday season than with these specialty treats. Leisha Duke, the chocolate diva, that is a good nickname, Leisha, is here to share more about their exquisite liquid center chocolates that you can find at Chocolat right here in Fredericksburg. Amazing. Good morning to you. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
These are one of those smell-o-vision moments because friends, as delicious as these look, they smell even better and they probably taste even better. And this is a really special way to create chocolate, right?
It is unique. We are the only chocolatier in the country to do this process. It is over 200 years old, and I kind of altered it.
Yeah.
What can I say?
Put your special chocolate diva touch on it. Yeah.
Yes, yes, because the bâton, or the liquid center in Europe, is the size of a piece of chalk or a cigarette.
Oh, okay.
Europeans put the whole thing in their mouth.
Oh, wow.
Americans bite them in half and wear them. So I condensed it down to be a bite-sized piece. This is my copyrighted shape. It's basically like building a barrel vault out of sugar crystals.
Wow.
So we shortened it, and in doing so, we increased the volume and reduced the amount of zucker crust. So it's much more enjoyable than the long bâton. I show people, it's like a ballpoint pen.
Oh, okay.
And if there's so much structure to hold little ink, it's like, meh.
Yeah.
But this is much more fun.
Yeah, you've
as you
innovated.
Will discover.
Yes, I was going to say, I will definitely do some taste testing. And it really is very special because this is a delicate and long run process, and you make everything by hand.
It takes 3 to 5 days to make each one of these.
Wow.
And 3 days to make our keto chocolates and some other things. These are all artisan, handmade confections. So we do it the old world way.
That's incredible.
We don't skimp.
I love that so much. And what else can we find in store? I know we have these delicious liquor and liqueur centers, but you've got so much to offer.
That's our specialty piece, so to speak. And we make liquid center chocolates, we make barks, we make nut clusters, we do homemade caramels, we do a variety of what we call our pretties. And
pretties, I like that.
Those are, you can assort however you want in the box. We have gift boxes of all sizes, all shapes. So we do it all.
A little something for everyone. Let's talk a little bit about, I'm going to jump into this delicious Garrison Brothers bourbon-filled chocolates. And while I do this, tell us a little bit about the liquor fill and what is that like and what's the experience like for people? Do they have to worry about taking a shot?
Well, the interesting thing is Garrison comes off extremely bold. And that zucker crust, what it does is it captures the
Leisha, I'm sorry, that is delicious.
Thank you, and Dan thanked you.
Oh, wow.
But that zucker crust captures the essences that make each liquor unique. So they're trapped inside. They cannot oxidize, evaporate, or migrate through the chocolate.
Amazing.
You have enough oxygen in the roof of your mouth to burn off the amount of alcohol that's in here, so it feels like you've had a shot. But hang on to it, because it takes 3,183 pieces to equal the amount of alcohol in a single glass of wine.
Okay.
So
that's a lot of chocolate.
You cannot get drunk on this product, but I am regulated as if I'm pouring shots.
And that is amazing, and you get that delicious bourbon taste, that wonderful Garrison Brothers. It's a little hot, but it's not overwhelming. And mixed with that chocolate, what a beautiful relationship. That is wonderful.
I thought so.
That is so special. And now is probably the time, because gift sets probably seem like a great idea for people. Something very unique. Only one place you can find it, from right here in Fredericksburg. Great gifts, right?
Right. We have standard ready-made things that we can throw together really fast. We can also customize things. So this can be customized, the liquid centers can be customized. We are a custom artisan chocolate shop.
That is incredible.
We can do whatever you want.
And Alicia, not only is the process very special, but the ingredients really are so thoughtful too. Tell me a little bit about some of the special ingredients you use.
Well, quintessential means the purest essence of any one thing. Our liquid centers are very simple and complex at the same time. They have 4 ingredients.
Oh, wow.
But we also try to make something accessible for anyone. So we have chocolates that are approved for diabetics. Oh, nice. We have sugar-free. We have vegan. I make some vegan products.
Oh, wow, good for you.
And I even make keto. And our keto chocolates are so yummy that people who, I have to fight my crew because people who don't do keto are eating my keto chocolates.
You know you've done it right then, right?
Right, so we try to have something for everyone.
That is so incredible. A little something for everyone. You know you can pop into the shop and get a custom and unique gift, even for your friends
And
who may have
fresh.
diet. Yeah, and fresh. That's
Freshly
amazing.
made.
Alicia, this is so wonderful. I have a lot of taste testing to do, so I'm going to get right to it. But let our friends at home know, how can we get in touch with you? How can we order? And how can we get some of these great custom gift sets?
We have a website.
Excellent.
It's called liquidchocolates.com. So remember, it's plural. And we are on the corner of Main and Orange, right next to Fredericksburg Winery, because we do their wine and chocolate.
Oh, fun! Yeah.
So we're pretty easy to find.
All right, well, I'm going to get this tequila
Almendrado.
Almendrado. And salute to you. Thank you so much for being here, Alicia.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And still to come on Road Trippin' Fredericksburg Holiday Edition. As we get ready to gather with family and friends for the holidays, wouldn't it be nice to spend some quality time together in a space that you love? Well, Our House is here to help, and we're stopping by their Fredericksburg shop after this quick break. This segment is sponsored by Our House. Welcome back to Road Trippin' Fredericksburg Holiday Edition. You know, they say home is where the heart is, and at Our House, they can help you fill it with furniture and pieces you love. With distinctive furnishings, elegant accessories, and exquisite design uniquely inspired for extraordinary living, your home comes together at Our House.
Our house, when you walk in the front door, you're going to feel at home. We don't feel like a store. As you walk through, it's set up as if it was in your house. I travel to 9 markets a year to find things that you don't see everywhere. I look for companies that are smaller with integrity. I make sure that on all of our sofas, it's a lifetime warranty. We only use top grain leather, and all the leather you see in the store is Italian made. We have live edge coffee tables and dining tables. Ours take a little over a year to bring them to the store. It takes about 6 months for them to come dried.
Everything that looks like leather is leather. Everything that looks like wood is not veneered. It is beautiful wood, oftentimes hand carved, handcrafted, oftentimes one of a kind even. You need to make a furniture store as close to feeling like a home as you can. I want things to be spread out enough that people can really see what they're seeing, and they can picture, they can envision a setting in their own home. And I believe a home has that same continuity that a room in here has. You don't want everything to just look like it matches, but you certainly want to see that continuity carry through, and I always want that here.
We are located on Main Street, right across from the Nimitz Museum. Stop by and visit us, because I guarantee you're going to find something that you're going to love and be able to take home and cherish.
And they have so many beautiful things arriving daily, so be sure to stop in the store located on the corner of East Main and Washington Street, and follow Our House on Facebook. They're happy to get your home ready for the holidays. And coming up, a heartwarming holiday classic retold in the tradition of a live 1940s era radio broadcast. You won't want to miss this festive and fun show at Fredericksburg Theater Company. Road Trip in Fredericksburg Holiday Edition continues after this quick break. This segment is sponsored by Fredericksburg Theater Company. Welcome back to Road Trip in Fredericksburg Holiday Edition. Fresh, unexpected, outstanding. Those are just three of the words used to describe the many amazing shows that take the stage at Fredericksburg Theater Company, offering a superior theatrical program for regional participation. It's like having Broadway in our own backyard. Take a look.
Cupid's dart, you'll find such joy just by being a boy. So listen. I'm on a honky-tonk merry-go-round. I who am no one must watch you.
Hi, my name is Steve Riley. I'm the Executive Director of the Fredericksburg Theater Company. The theater has been in existence for over 25 years. We've been at this location since 2007. We seat 250 audience members. There's not a bad seat in the house. What a lot of people tell me is that when they see shows at the Fredericksburg Theater Company, they're amazed that they are able to get up close and personal with what's going on stage. We invest a lot of time, money, and workforce in making sure our productions are of the highest quality. With that, we have digital sound. We also have state-of-the-art lighting, and we're able to do a lot of special effects here. And I'm very proud to say the quality of our productions match a lot of what you may see in other major large theaters. When it comes to spectacle, we have it here at the Fredericksburg Theater Company. We have a very active youth education program where the children do 3 musicals during the course of the year. That includes a summer musical and also a fall and spring production. We never turn a child away because they cannot afford tuition. That's something I'm very proud of, and we hold up as an example of what we do here for the community in Fredericksburg. We have over 200 volunteers that do everything from perform on stage to help in the box office, help build scenery, work our crew positions, and also help us run the productions, including the house, concessions, and so forth. We couldn't exist without them. Our volunteers are the lifeblood of the Fredericksburg Theater Company. We're always looking for new talent, no matter what it may be. If it's acting on stage, if it's painting or building scenery, building costumes, you can go to our website and there's information on the upcoming auditions as well as how to volunteer and be a part of our expansive and large family. We have a large variety of comedies, dramas, musicals, and also special events all throughout the year. So when you're done shopping on Main Street, when you're done visiting the wineries and you've gone to the museums and you've climbed Enchanted Rock, you're looking for something to do that evening, come take in a show at the Fredericksburg Theater Company. I promise you will have a wonderful time.
The holidays come to life at Fredericksburg Theater Company. Executive Director Steve Riley is joining us today this morning with more of the spectacular shows in store for this season. It's great to see you. Good morning.
Good morning. Always great to be here.
It is really nice to be in Fredericksburg. You know, there is so much happening. One is a really great holiday tradition, but kind of a new spin. Tell me a little bit about this spin on A Miracle on 34th Street.
Well, this one is a musical, but it's done as a live radio show.
How cool.
In the late 1940s. So the setting will be as though the audience is there watching a live recording, a live broadcast rather, of A Miracle on 34th Street. And it has all the Foley effects. It's also got live music, live musicians. It's going to be a lot of fun.
I love that, especially the Foley effects, to kind of see how those sound effects are done. What a delight, and a great twist on a tale that we all love so much. And that kind of continues, though. In 2023, we've got some fun stuff to look forward to. What's happening in February?
We have Dirty Rotten Scoundrels.
Oh, that's a good one.
The musical. Now, a lot of people are familiar with the Michael Caine, Steve Martin movie.
Yeah.
Well, this musical is based on that film. And if you're familiar with the movie, it's just as funny. But the songs, the score is phenomenal. It was a multi-Tony nominated musical. It's going to be a great show. We're very excited about it.
Very
a lot
cool.
of fun.
Yeah, it's so much fun, and it's a really funny show too.
Yeah.
Fun fact, a little Trevor Scott fact, is there is actually a lot of this artist on my iTunes, on my music that rotates. Beautiful voice of Rosemary Clooney, and you've got a great tribute.
Yeah, we are lucky. The Texas Repertory Theater, which is a professional company out of Houston, is coming to Fredericksburg, and they're presenting Tenderly, the Rosemary Clooney musical. And if you're familiar with Rosemary Clooney, a lot of people know her as the star of White Christmas, the Bing Crosby movie. But you know, she's a great recording artist, the late 40s, early 50s. And she had quite an interesting and tragic life, and she came out of that. And that's what that musical's all about. It's really moving.
It really is cool to be able to see the stories behind a lot of the voices that we love, and theater is such a great way to do that, I think. I'm so excited about that. And this one is right up my alley, the play that goes wrong. I think I was in a few of those in college.
Yes, and a lot of people are familiar with this show. We're very excited about this production. It was a huge hit on the West End in London and also on Broadway. And basically the audience is going to watch a very bad mystery, badly acted, badly produced, badly constructed. Everything that can go wrong watching a play does go wrong. It's a hysterical farce, one of the funniest plays ever to appear on Broadway.
That is very cool, and better that it goes wrong on purpose, right, than in the real one. I'm sure the audience will really enjoy that for sure. This is a really dynamic and wonderful season, and I do think that that's something that Fredericksburg Theater Company prides itself on. It's really kind of providing a dynamic experience for all kinds of theater lovers out there, right?
We try to do a collection of musicals, also comedies, and award-winning dramas. We want to try to touch everybody's, whatever their taste might be.
Yeah, that's theater sweet spot, I think is great. Well, this sounds like a great lineup. How can people get tickets and come out to see them?
Well, they can go to our website, fredericksburgtheater.org, or they can call the theater box office, which is 888-669-7114.
Excellent. Well, I will definitely be getting my tickets. It sounds like a great season. Steve, thanks for being here. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And still to come on Road Trip in Fredericksburg Holiday Edition, we're able to highlight all the holiday fun that you can have here in Fredericksburg, thanks in part to Hill Country Memorial Hospital. After the break, we're going to learn more about their vital role in the Fredericksburg community. That's coming up. This segment is sponsored by Hill Country Memorial. Welcome back to Road Trip in Fredericksburg Holiday Edition. You know, an essential part of the Hill Country community for more than half a century, Hill Country Memorial is really passionate about helping their patients achieve lifelong happiness and well-being. CEO Jane Pope is here to share more about their commitment to the people of Fredericksburg. Good morning to you, Jane. It's great to see you.
Same, Trevor. Good to see you
Great
again.
to see you in person.
Yes.
You know, we had a great conversation last year, but as with all things, things are changing. What has changed with Hill Country Memorial since we last spoke?
Well, what hasn't changed is our commitment to our community.
I love that.
And our commitment to providing the very best care. And that care means taking care of patients and people in the community through their whole lifespan. And we are very excited in 2023 to open our Ruby and Perry Stevens Wellness Center.
Wow.
And because we partner with the community, and this has been our biggest fundraising event ever in the Hill Country, we needed to, during construction, have some downtime. And so because we're such an important part of our community, we've had 4 different locations. And so in 2023, when we're back together, our members and our team are going to be excited to be in one location.
Oh, I bet you are. And what a way to make that work. The essential word of the time, pivot, to make that work during that time. But how great it will be to be all together again. Now tell me a little bit about the services and what people can expect in this new facility. And it's so exciting.
It is exciting. And one of the things that we've learned from our founders was to be innovative and to always be anticipating what's around the corner. And when the Wellness Center was originally built, it was 30 years ago, it was state of the art. We are excited that we took that innovation from those founders, and now we're going to have a 30,000 square foot wellness center with indoor and outdoor classes, so you can enjoy you should come, Trevor,
Oh,
and
I will.
enjoy a beautiful class indoors and outdoors.
Amazing.
And we'll continue to have the pool, and we'll have large community center for educational events, and we've tripled the space for our group classes. So we're very excited.
There is so much to be excited about there, and how wonderful it is to provide all those different kinds of opportunities for the community.
Absolutely.
It's so special.
It's all about health.
It really is, yeah,
Yeah.
and in the long run. And I love how you mentioned that it's not just health now, but it's health for the duration, the lifespan of your
right.
community members, which is such an important relationship to have.
Yep.
It really is.
It is.
You and I have actually had the opportunity to speak to each other about Hill Country Memorial, and we're grateful that you are the broadcast sponsor for the Light the Night Christmas Parade. Again, we cannot thank you enough. I can't tell you how many people at home enjoy this, and thanks to you, we're able to bring it to them. Tell us a little bit more about your involvement this year in that.
Absolutely. What we believe in is family, and the parade kicks off the whole Christmas season and the whole holiday season.
Sure does.
And it's magical. And it's a key part of Fredericksburg and the community, the whole Hill Country community. And so we just want to help usher in that magic of the season.
And we're so grateful that you do. I love thinking about the fact that there are families who are crowded in chairs along the road to actually see the parade in person. But I love thinking about knowing on the other side of the lens, there are families at home in their PJs and their cocoa, and they're able to watch this and take part in this beautiful holiday tradition.
Yeah.
Thanks to you all. We
Thank
really
you.
do appreciate that very much.
Thank you.
It's our pleasure to have you, and thanks for being here, and thanks for all you do for this community and for ours.
And thank you for coming to Fredericksburg today.
It's our pleasure. Happy holidays.
Yeah.
Stick around because there's more Road Trip in Fredericksburg Holiday Edition coming up after this quick break. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Road Trip in Fredericksburg Holiday Edition. As you can see, Fredericksburg is a magical place for the holidays with timeless traditions, activities for the whole family. There's really nothing quite like Christmas in Texas Hill Country. Starting with the Light the Night Christmas Parade happening tomorrow night. This beautifully illuminated night parade will roll down the city's historic Main Street starting at 6:30 p.m. and is free to attend. Santa and Mrs. Claus will be available for pictures following the parade at 8 p.m. in the Peppermint Plots. And that is just the beginning of the festive fun. Here's a look back at the places we highlighted today so you can plan a road trip and come make your own holiday memories. Thank you for joining us for another edition of Road Trippin'. You can always head to roadtrippintv.com to see all of the great places that we've covered, and make sure that you follow us on social media as well. Until next time, I'm Trevor Scott. Frohe Weihnachten!